Welcome to Rosalind's Kitchen. Again, the reason I say again is because I just started this and then my phone fell off and turned itself off, and so I lost what I said. Hopefully I'll remember everything I said so I can share it with you. Okay, so this is my year-end cooking. I've got 2 meals for today and tomorrow. When I was looking at my recipes, it occurred to me that at least one of them looked really familiar. So I had to go back through the recipes that I had to see if it was ones I'd cooked before. And I put my recipes in order of excellent to not so great. Now I put them in ABC order so that I can, go through and figure out easier if I have extras. This is my recipe book. Rosalind's recipe book. See? And it has my family recipes, those that are just mine, and it has the recipes that Home Chef has sent to me, and they're all in ABC orders. Now, I didn't find these two among any of my food recipes that I had, but what I did find were several others that had duplicates. So it occurred to me, why not share it with some of you, my subscribers? So if you would like a recipe, I won't send you the food because I don't have it, but if you want the recipes that I have duplicates of, let me know and I will send you them in the mail. Just like send me send me back a quarter or something. I don't know. Anyway, we'll work that out. But if you want them, let me know. Okay? So let's move on today to today's food. We have ranch-crusted pork chops. And they look really good. And so I have my tomato, I have my green beans, which I split in half because my other split in half because my dad and I never eat all the green beans they sent us. Have my garlic, have my croutons, have my light cream cheese, have my sour cream, have my ranch, and have my pork chops. The green beans, don't freeze them. Just don't. It does not come out well. All right, so now let's get down to this. Teep. See if I can do this without dropping my phone again. All right, so it says to mince the garlic. So I'm going to take my little garlics here and cut off the little ends. All right. And move my tomato, my other stuff here. Okay, and so now I must kill something, beat it to death. So who shall I beat up today? I am thinking of beating up bullies. Those who pick on people and make them want to die or kill others just because they can't stand the pain anymore. So, here we go. All bullies, you are being smushed. All people who make snide comments. All people who intimidate others just because they think they're better. And all people who are just plain mean. All right. And there we go. Minced. Unfortunately, the bullies aren't. But, hey, I had fun doing that. Did you have fun? I had fun. Hang on. I gotta put that back. Throw that in my... It's very much fun to imagine. But it's better to imagine than to take a gun and actually go shoot. Because that doesn't solve anything. You know? It just doesn't. I wish it did, but it doesn't. You're not going to solve anything by hurting yourself or others. Because in the long run, that gives the police what they want. Don't do it. Don't let the jerks win. Okay, so now I must coarse crush my croutons. So, not quite sure. Let's beat some more bullies, huh? Call that coarse crushed. Alright, so now we are trimming the ends off the green beans. As we all know, this will take a while, so I will get back to you once I'm done with it. Alright, so there are my green beans. That's sufficient for my dad and I. Now, I must cut my tomato up, core it, and dice it into 1/4 inch pieces, which I will put in one of these bowls, this bowl. Okay? Okay. So, let us get a knife. All right, so, cut, and, let's see, do I want to use that one or this one? Let's see if this one will get it. Nah. No, we're going to have to go with a different puppy. It would help if I could get this put in right. There we go. Alright, so we will go with this one. Core. It's for scooping melon balls, but it works on coring tomatoes too. Tomato, core it out. Now, you can use a knife, of course. I mean, or a spoon, I guess. Except that spoons are not generally sharp enough to really core. But you can do it. My father tends to say that I have too many gadgets and gadgets. But, hey, I like my gadgets and gadgets. So... Anyway, I tend to dry off my tomatoes a little bit when I core them, because otherwise you end up with a whole lot of moisture. Okay, now cut them into 1/4 inch pieces. So, does everybody have plans for New Year's Eve? My plan is to be home. I don't have any parties that I'm going to, and I don't have, I don't really have anywhere I'm going. I plan to stay home and enjoy and hang out with my pets and my dad. I don't know, we may watch a movie. We watched The Meg last night. That was good. Stupid, but good. It was stupid fun. I loved it. And then, because at one point he's singing Keep on Swimming, I had to go back and watch Finding Dory. You know? Because it got me thinking about it. It's weird how one thing will make you think of another thing, which will make you think of another thing. Anyway, so, pieces. I feel like I'm preparing salsa here. Arriba! And all of that good stuff. There we go. Anyway, so I am cutting up my tomatoes and putting them in my little bowl, and I'll be back. All right, so there are the tomatoes. They are cut up. This tomato is not very red, which is actually right, since right at the moment we are not in tomato season. So, you know, it makes sense. All right, so now that I have cut up the tomato, now I must pat the pork chops dry and season both sides with a little salt and pepper. Now here's an example of what I mean when sometimes it looks like what they send me is a lot smaller than what's in the picture. Look at this picture of the pork chops, okay? Those are some pretty good sized pork chops, right? Now, look at these pork chops. These are not pretty good sized pork chops. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, but they are not the same size as those pork chops there. I feel gypped. But then again, neither my father nor I really need big pork chops, but you know, it still annoys me, you know? I'm being gypped out of pork chops, you know? Don't I deserve a large pork chop? Okay, turn you over. Boop. Boop. Now this pork chop is a lot fatter than this pork chop. I guess it makes up its size in being thicker as opposed to the wider. Interesting, but you know. I kind of went a little crazy there. Okay, now my pork chops have been salted, and they've got salt and pepper, and now I must make what they call the crust. So I'm going to flip these over, set them over here, and now I'm going to make the crust. So I take my cream cheese, if I can get it open. There we go. And I'm going to use this, even though this is for spreading. It also works really good for scooping out. See? Absolutely nothing left in there. So that's one cream cheese. One cream cheese. Yes, I watched way too much Sesame Street when I was a kid. The Count was always one of my favorite characters, you know. And then they went along and changed his accent because it was insulting to, I guess, vampires or something. I don't know. It was just rude. It was... Why does everybody have to be politically correct? Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think you should be hurting people's feelings, but good grief, you know? It's almost as if nobody can have any conversations or anything. You know, you gotta be so careful, you know? I'm sorry, but life is full of rough edges. And we should try not to hurt people's feelings or offend them, but, you know, there has to be a certain limit. Like, I'm a Christian, okay? And I watch things like 101 Facts about whatever, and 25 list, and I enjoy them. But yeah, there are quite often that those two channels offend me. They hurt my feelings because they make comments about Christians that are rude and offensive. But I also understand that that's their opinion. And I can't tell them, oh, you've got to be nice to me, because, well, they have an opinion, you know? I may not like their opinion, but it's still their opinion. Also, and I'm going to say this, and I'm probably going to have a whole bunch of people up my nose, but I don't have a problem with Donald Trump, okay? And I get very tired of people acting like somehow I'm stupid for that. You don't like Donald Trump? That's fine. Don't like Donald Trump. But don't then come and attack me. I didn't attack those who liked Obama, even though I really disliked him. That was their choice. That he was our president. He deserved my respect. I respected him for being my president. But I didn't go out and attack others. So I don't feel that people have the right to come and attack me. But then again, that's my feelings. So probably I will have a bunch of people going, "Oh, terrible! You've offended us." So I apologize ahead of time for offending you. Now, let's see. Now I must cook my pork chops, so we will move. All right, now I'm going to cook my pork chops. They say cook them 2 to 3 minutes per side. And I just saw a really interesting thing on, not leaving the meat in to cook too long. So I'm going to put them in for 1 minute. The person said, and this was, oh shoot, he was on YouTube about cooking flank steaks. Flat iron steaks. Flat iron. Because Sheila irons his shirts. He said, put them in, let them cook for 1 minute on one side, and then you flip them over. You let them cook on the other side for 1 minute. Then you flip them back over, and he said this gives them an even cooking. So we're going to try that with this. And I will be making some flat iron steaks in the future because I really want to try this recipe of his and see how it works. So I will get back to you once I flip it. Ah, there they go. That's one. And there we go. That's the second flip. So I'll be back. Alright, so there are my steaks. I flipped them. Hang on. Or not my steaks, but my pork chops. I flipped them 6 times so that now they have a nice good crust on them going. Now, I'm going to put the crusting on them with the croutons. But in the meantime, I'm going to turn this down to about medium and add a little olive oil, even though there already is a little olive oil in there. And I'm going to add my green beans. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And a pinch of pepper. And now they're supposed to cook for about 6 minutes, but because I know that they will not be tender if I do that, so I'm going to cook them in about a 1/2 cup of water. And I'm going to put a lid on them so that they will definitely cook. And I will let them cook for about 6 to 8 minutes. And then I will finish them off. Meantime, I'm going to take my cream cheese crusting. I'm going to put that on my pork chops. Boy, this seems like a lot of crusting for 2 itty bitty little pork chops. But hey. My pork chops are not cooperating here. Okay. You know, they say put this on it, okay? But they don't say that it's going to fall off of it. They don't say that it's going to fight you. They never mention those things. I wonder why. Maybe because they don't want me to know. Anyway, so now that I have put the crusting on, now I put the croutons on. And I try not to burn myself because that would be a real bummer to burn myself. I have enough problems in my life without burning myself. There we go. Not too bad. I'm going to move this one over a little bit and that one over that way. Alright, so now I stick them in the oven and I heat them for about 6 minutes. Okay, so in they go. Alright. Alright, the guy that did that thing on the flat iron steaks was cooking with shotgun red. Check it out. It's really good. So my pork chops are out. My beans are done. And now I'm adding tomato and garlic to the beans so that they can like get, I don't want to throw that away. So that they can get aromatic. And now, where's my scrape thing here? Alright, and now I just kind of move them around, let them get warm, because we don't want to cook the tomatoes, we just want them to get warm, and as I said, aromatic. Meanwhile, I'm going to get my plates and set up, so I'll be right back. So, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what it does look like. Now, let's find out how it tastes. Alright, so the verdict on tonight's meal is very good. The beans might be too crispy. I don't know. They seem pretty good to me. I'm not sure. I might not have, like, made the garlic aromatic enough because it was a little strong still. But in all cases, it's pretty good. Very good, actually. So, till tomorrow, bye.